Oh, Broomfield, right, got you. Yeah, Broomfield, I know what you mean. Near Broomfield Hospital. I thought you meant Broomfield in Sheffield, because there's a Broomfield there as well. Oh, I've got the hiccups. Has European geography been better since ETS2? I don't know if that's attributed to it, Connor, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously it helps because you see the map of Europe quite a lot, so bit by bit you accumulate, but it isn't like, when you look at the map in Eurotruck, it doesn't really tell you what the countries are. You know what I mean? I mean, personally, I think this map is way too busy and doesn't have enough information on it. It doesn't show you, it shows you the country border, but you can't easily, it doesn't tell you what the countries are. Yeah? Which is crazy. And equally, you don't get any kind of county level information here. You don't get any topographical information. This here is like the world's worst depiction of the coastline of England. So it's not very accurate either. And you can't tell from the map when you're coming through here. There's no contour lines or anything. There's no elevation points. There's no peaks. There's just nothing. There's not even any rivers. They could add so much more to this map screen. So I don't know if that's really taught me any geography at all in Europe. I think it's more likely come out of traveling and, you know, flight simming and that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, the job screen shows the country, which is nuts, because why doesn't the main map screen show it? Like, the main map screen should have a load of, like, a legend, and you can just toggle different layers. Like, show me the contour lines, show me the peaks, show me the roads with low bridges, show me the counties, show me the city names. You know, just turn it on and off, however you want. That's what it should have. Yeah, all you get is city names, Whiteland, but that's not really enough. Okay, so Whiteland, like, when you look at this, yeah? When you look at this and you can see all the city names, you know, do you know what country this is, or what country this is, or what country this is, or this one? When I look at the map screen, it doesn't tell me. For people that don't know, you're not educated. You can't see where the mountains are, no. Or the water. There's no water features. Like, that map has existed like that for, well... Oh, crikey, see, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing now. That map has existed like that since the beginning of Eurotruck, and it's not changed. And the world's just gone, woof, and nothing else has changed very much, and because I'm not paying attention, we're probably going to lose a lot of money, but never mind. How long have I been streaming? Since about 2012-ish. Somebody made an add-on that changed the map screen at one point, yeah. But it does make you wonder why SCS don't improve that map screen a bit. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Captain Flint. Like, they could overlay that information and just have it as layers that you can toggle on and off. Yeah, maps get way too busy, because if you can put so much information on a map that it becomes very hard to see anything. But when you can turn layers on and off, it's great. Well, maybe, Cress said. But even if somebody suggested it, it would be like, well, we'll put it on a list. How much of a priority would that get? I don't know. Yes, let's wait here. That sounds perfect. What would you advise? Or what wheel would you advise from a tight budget? I don't know. I've never really looked at the budget end of the wheel market. I have no idea. But I would suggest maybe if you're on a tight budget, your best bet is to go second hand. Get it, you know, like get a decent wheel second hand is arguably better than getting a cheap nasty wheel. I am between the cargo vehicles. The heck, game? Yeah, well, they can just draw their own Blackhawks though. Oh my god, stop beeping at me, game. How do you do this kinds of delivery? Special transport DLC. Beep. They get such a hefty penalty. 8% trailer damage, that is huge. Of course, it would have been nice if the other truck driver would have actually done some collision avoidance. But hey, why would the AI move out the way, eh? Mr. Edwin, thank you for the resume. 12 months, dude. I'm here just waiting for summer and my 24-month anniversary. Well, that's going to be next year. Thank you for 12 months, Mr. Edwin. It does sound like a heart monitor, actually. Dark Delta, have a good one. Oh no, that's what it sounds like, Connor. The checkout. The beep you get on the checkout when you swipe something. Maybe that's what SCS did. Maybe like one of the audio guys went down to the local Lidl and scanned a bag of sugar and then recorded the beep. That'll do. That was his loaf. Oh boy, oh boy. Bit close. GarW, thank you for 18 months, sub to the best streamer on Twitch and the best mascot in Doyle. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Gar. Welcome back, Chucks. I don't know if it does, Baz. Is that... Does anybody not use sound fixes, but uses special transport? Is that the default beep? Oh my god, I really need to just not read chat and focus, because like, I keep looking over there and then smashing into things. 15% damage on this trailer just as we come into delivery. Rip. That's going to be 0 money, 0 XP right there. The beep is a default sound, there you go. I may as well just detach the trailer and drop it off here because I'm not going to get paid anyway. Welcome to your home time. Well, I used to work in Birmingham. Used to live in Coventry. Many moons ago. That was a bad delivery. Where was I born? St Helens, Lancashire. Tolerable. That means you're going to get something. Wow, they still gave me 100 XP and 6 grand for that. I think we got away with that. 15% damage trial. That's not good, is it? That wasn't my best day. Exactly. Better than a kick up the backside. 109 XP the way. So we got. Ooh, that looks good. Let's do that one. Ream to Strasbourg. That's new in Pro Mods, isn't it? Nantes to Civaux. I'm not doing the pound coin in a box. I'm going to do this one. Whereabouts in Brum? Aston, the north side. Gaffer, thank you for 3 months, Gaffer. You got a Logitech 27 for almost £118, so now you can play TS2 all the way with the H shifter. What condition was it in? Lovely place, I don't know. This is going a while back, Notorious. I don't think Aston's ever been a great place, but I don't know what it's like now. I've been to Nantes in real life. Been over that huge bridge. I've, let's see. I've driven from... It's about... Where's the... No, it wasn't Roscoff. It's like a ferry over here. And then I drove all the way down past Nantes to... It's near La Rochelle. It was somewhere down here. My uncle used to have a barn that he converted. It was down here somewhere. We went down there. Then we went to Nantes for a day out, I think it was. And also there was a city on the coast we went to that had like really sunny beaches on it. You've been to Aston before? Never again. Mr. Libido, how you doing? Your wife is from North Brum. Let's go and grab this. Take the job. I'm not bad, Mr. Libido. How you doing? Are you back in the country now? Look at that. That is massive. What weight is this thing? 60 tons. Okay, let's do this. Jeff has his eye squirrel again. Other than your PC topping itself, Dave. Oh dear. Well, look at the bright side, Dave. You're the best person to take it apart and fix it. It's not fun when PCs decide to die like that, though. RIP Dave's PC, 2018. How old was it, Dave? No, you can play this game in VR. Works pretty well. This was one of the first games that had VR on, well, like the Rift support. Supported it for years. Your PC changes every few months. Wait, Dave, how can something die if it's like continuously being refreshed with new parts? It doesn't make any sense. Your old i5 gave up on Saturday after so long. CPUs don't usually die, you sure didn't overheat? No, TrackIR does not qualify as VR at all. It qualifies as head tracking. Yeah, Floaty, the thing is about VR is it takes a bit of time. It's a bit like a lot of people start to feel a bit queasy. You can definitely extend how long you can do VR without feeling sick by doing it more. Yeah, it's a bit like getting your sea legs. But the fact is that some people can play on it for hours, other people just feel sick after 10 minutes. Did that guy just brake test me? Jules, who is yawning yet? Lol, not me. Beanstalk, I now believe a squirrel stream is the best machine. I wasn't feeling well at all during the week, but I've been watching all weekend and I feel 10 times better. Keep up the good work as always. Thank you, Beanstalk. I'm glad we made you feel a bit better. I dare say the limbs it helped. Pretty sure the motherboard decided it didn't like me. Fair enough, Dave. You've had VR for years now, you can play as long as you want. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's something that you have to build up to. Look at that truck. Did you see how far away the escort vehicle was? And that truck just stopped on the roundabout. That was amazing. How did I get so much money? I played the game for 4 years. Maybe, is it 4 or 5? 4 years, I think. This isn't the research profile now. No, my research profile has like 180 million billion in it or something crazy. Hey Dave, did I tell you the LED lighting inside the case just shut itself off when I use that remote control? How do I get it back on? Because it genuinely stumped. Most intels of a max temp of 76? Nah. I run my 4790 at 80-85 Celsius and it was fine, but any more than that and it would start to get pretty unstable. I already made one, but thanks. Huh? No, I'll probably drink it. I've drunk that one. I'll drink that one as well. Huh? No, it's fine, thanks. Yeah, it's done to both, Dave. And they're completely different motherboards. And neither of them are driven by the motherboard, Dave, I don't think. Well, certainly the Xeon one isn't. I can't understand how it even turned off. I'm pretty certain, Dave, on the Xeon, we just had a box in the back of the case that we plugged the LED into. So unless that's got a remote control sensor that we didn't know about, I don't even get why it would shut off. Yes, I've seen Surviving Mars Code 4. Isn't it out in spring? Something like that? That will have an IR receiver. Well, how do I get it back on, Dave? Because I've tried like pressing the on button and everything, it doesn't respond to it. Big old trailer, Doyle heavy haulage. Is it possible to take a job without the route on the sat-nav? Ooh, now. No, what you can do, I think they added an option to hide the sat-nav or something like that. In the settings. I remember something along those lines. So I think you can hide it somehow. Well, Dave, I'm talking about the remote that I've got for... Like, I bought some LED strip lighting with a remote control, yeah? You know the one, it's like about that big and it has all the different colours on it. On, off, brightness, colour, usual stuff. And I used that to turn my strip lighting on under the desk. But that turned off the lighting on the cases. And I can't turn it back on. Strip lighting, lava tube, strip lighting. Hey 3V, how you doing? Have you tried Asus AuraSync lights? Yeah, you see my gaming rig has AuraSync motherboard, but my streaming rig is basically a workstation board with 2 Xeons in it. But that doesn't have AuraSync on it. Which is why the lighting on that one is driven from a box that Dave installed. And I can't get the lights to come back on. Like my game rig and my streaming rig have internal case lighting in a strip, and they're off. It's all switched off now, and it won't come back on. Even if I cold boot the machine, it won't come back on. It's really strange. Hey Twitch King. No, I don't understand either, Dave. It's the most bizarre thing. At first I thought it had failed, and then I realised the other one was off as well. So I know it must have something to do with that remote control. Darkfire, thank you for 5 months. Sigurda A, thank you very much for kindly gifting a sub to Cosmo Guy 2000. Cosmo, welcome back. Don't forget to thank Sigurda A. Uh-oh. Ooh, I thought it had crashed then. It just suddenly froze. Am I going to the truck show? I'm going to Truck Fest in Peterborough in May. Luke Pryor, I don't know if that's for me, bro, but I can't click a link. I'm a bit busy. Unless you point them directly at the receiver, the remotes don't usually work. They're a nightmare. Alright. I'll try taking the case off the back of the stream rig and point it right at the box and see if that works. You had to install NVIDIA Performance Quiet old software to get your case lighting to work again. Good night, Code 4. Trump supporter, dude, you should probably read my chat rules right now. We don't talk about anything political or religious. That's one of the chat rules. And you're, at the moment, heading towards breaking that rule. Doesn't work, saw something out, no problem. It's just weird, Dave. It's bugging me though, because like I want to do a studio tour, and I want those lights to be working. I just find it like it's the weirdest thing. A Cooler Master product that controls RGB through software. Well, what I can't understand, Luke, like before I start changing components, I can't understand why it won't come back on. Even if the remote turned the light off, when I cold boot the PC, surely the default setting is to come back on again. That's the bit I don't get. Why the light just will not come back on either machine. And one of them's AuraSync and one of them's controlled by a box. Northern Alex, how you doing, bro? No problem, Trump supporter. Pretty certain one was run off the motherboard, the other receiver. No, I think the gaming rig was run off the motherboard because it has AuraSync. And I think, because if I remember, Dave, we got the lighting on the motherboard to light up AuraSync with the mouse and stuff. But the streaming rig is run off a box. Because it doesn't have, the workstation board does not have AuraSync. No, this Eurotruck game's been out a few years. It's good fun though, just hauling some heavy stuff. Yeah, I think the box does run off on Molex. I don't know. But like I say, if I cut the power to it, like I turned off the PSU power, which cuts the power to the board. So why doesn't that box just kind of go back to default? I don't know. It's weird. Enjoy building your FX kits, Handy Hammy. Neddy, happy vibes back at you, bro. Try and plug in the strip lights and use another IR receiver to literally mash the thing to see if it will trigger them back on. I mean, the AuraSync one, I can probably fire up the software and try and get it to work that way. The box, maybe there's a reset thing on it. Electric Freddy, welcome back. Yeah, you should do, Dave. If not, just WhatsApp me. Oh, sorry, Trigger. I thought, for some reason, I thought I'd read your resub because it said G27 and I remember... Never mind. 30 months, Trigger. And you said, doing well, I got my first G27. I never gone back to a controller. Always keep up the good work and thanks for great streams. Sorry, I thought I'd read that, Trigger. No, you won't go back to a controller after you've got a wheel. Not a chance. Take a photo here, it's quite a nice view. And also I can grab this cup of tea. 15 months just popped into resub. Hope you all have a good weekend. Same to you, Electric. You should do a live channel on YouTube for all of those videos. Destroyer, I'm not sure what you mean. You lost me. Let's go with this side and get this done.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
G27 a good wheel, 3V. You can't buy a G27 anymore. It was a good wheel. It still is a good wheel if you're lucky enough to have one. But you can't buy them anymore. Logitech discontinued the G27 and brought out the G29 and the G920. Both of which you can buy. The wheel itself on a 920 and a 29 is a perfectly good wheel. The pedals, like the throttle and clutch is fine. The brake pedal is like insanely stiff. And the shifter, the manual shifter, which is optional, but used to come for free on the G27, the shifter is pretty meh. And certainly not good for trucking. It's only ever good for simplistic racing stuff. It's a bit of an afterthought, the manual shifter on a G920. It's really lame. Truck sim after Brexit equals ETS2 plus UK. ED, dude, honestly, this does my head in. Do you know the difference between Europe and the EU? Do you know what the difference is? There's a huge difference. Like, geographically, the UK has not left Europe. It's part of Europe, physically part of Europe. It's leaving the EU. It's different. The EU is like a political monetary infrastructure which it's leaving. It has nothing to do with the it just blows my mind. I don't get it. How can you The UK will always be in Europe. Yeah? Always be in Europe. But it won't be in the EU once it Brexit. There's a difference. You can't vote to leave Europe. You know, any more than like Canada can vote to leave North America. It's a continent. It's physically there. Well, no, the UK is heading across the Atlantic at 4 centimeters a year. The gap between the UK and the continental body of the landmass of Europe is getting bigger by 4 centimeters a year. If you go back far enough, the UK was physically attached and it broke away. The Union and Europe are usually just the EU. Yeah. Wrong, we are not connected to Europe in any way. We're an island. No, you are, Anonymous. You are connected to Europe. You are part of what is called the European continent. You're part of the mass, yeah? You're classed as being Europe, whether you like it or not. It's like Ireland. Yeah? Ireland's an island as well. All the little bits that break off are still part of Europe, yeah? Well, Heyman, I don't know what the engineers did on the Channel Tunnel, but they would have had to have catered for the fact that every year 4 centimeter gap starts to appear somewhere on that tunnel. They must have allowed for it. There is movement. Well, one is a continent and the other is a political system. What school did or are you going to? Not you, Sir Paul, I'm just trying to help. I know, Mo. It fascinates me and blows my mind. Why is this thing going so slow? We've got a 60 limit down here, but when I accelerate towards him, he doesn't speed up. He's on a different speed limit. Every year they put 4 centimeter bricks. They've just got a big pile of 4 centimeter bricks, and every year they're like, dunk, 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 dunk. That'll do it for another year, lads. If the UK is not connected to Europe, how does a train drive from the UK to France? Fact is, we're all connected. It's just that we have water flooding the gaps. Yeah? I mean, if you think about it, the Earth's crust is just one big thing split by massive tectonic plates. But we fill different parts of it, the deeper parts are filled with water. If you was to drain all the water off the planet, you'd be able to walk from one side to the other. I've never been on the Eurostar. I've never actually been on the Channel Tunnel either. I should probably do that at some point, for the lols. You'd have to go on the Eurostar. I don't think it'd be that cool, to be honest. It'd be a bit like going on the London Underground, but on a non-stop train, you know? It's not like you can look at the view, you know what I mean? Rob Jensen, thank you for the host. Eurostar are starting a route to Amsterdam. Are they really? Didn't know that. Good evening, Rob. How can Europe be one big continent when each country speaks a different language? You'll have different... Okay. Let's look at Asia. Let's look at Asia. What countries are in Asia? How many languages do you think there are in Asia? How many islands do you think there are in Asia? Beanstalk, thank you for 2 months. What does this button do? I wouldn't have wanted to spend the past month any other way. Oh, dude, thank you. I don't think so, Dave. See, Fear, I'd like to think they're trolling, but I genuinely think they don't understand. It's one of those evenings, Heyman. You said it, buddy. It's one of those. Do you know why? I think it's because it's half term. I think that's what it is. Oh, look at this fog. This is epic. This needs a photo on its own. Look at that. Ooh, this is nice. No, Mickelson, you would be surprised. Let's go back tomorrow. Next week's Sunday Night Trucking just won't be the same. Forget the truck, just take a picture of the fog. Lol. Yeah, Smithy, the troll bus seems to, I don't know, it's got quite a few people on the bus today. Imagine if the channel tunnel from both ends all the way through had a panoramic view. Wouldn't it have been cooler? Man, you maybe not on the channel because it's not very clear. I was kind of thinking about like an underwater in a glass tube kind of. That would be amazing. Just laugh it off, yeah. If you could get on a train that went through a glass tunnel across the channel and you could like see outside. But the channel is not really that cool, I don't think. It's not really very clear. What they should do is they should build like a glass one that goes right across the top. Skims the water, that'd be amazing. Not going to happen because it gets in the way of the boats. I know, right, Mrs. Geek? We need some geography lessons. We need to play GeoGuessr sometime and show people where things are. Nah, Alex, not really. That's why the fishing trawlers have to go so far away now to get fish. Smithy, I don't think I'd want to, bro. I said this to my wife like a long time ago. When, you know, my wife's frequently said to me, oh, you're really good at explaining things, you should be a teacher. And I said to her, I can explain things, but I cannot teach people that don't want to learn. I can't do it. I just get frustrated. I have so much respect for teachers for standing there and teaching a class of people, like half of whom want to learn and then the other half just want to mess around. And somehow they can stay calm. Because it would just frustrate me so much. I can teach people that want to learn and I love doing it, but I can't teach people that just don't want to know. And that's why I couldn't be a school teacher. But I have a lot of respect for people that do it. It's the Frosty Mud Ghoul gnome. Big part of a teacher's job is to make the students want to learn. To a point that works. I mean, whoa. Where did my vehicle just go? What the heck? It just vanished. Pro mods? Rip? Just went... just disappeared. Pretty certain it should have just pulled over. Part of a teacher's job is to try and teach in an interesting way. To try and make the subject as interesting as possible so that people want to learn it. But the fact is, some people just don't want to learn. Some of the best teachers I ever got taught by were just... they were engaging, you know? They just had this way of explaining things in a way that you could understand. The best teachers I ever had made everything sound simple. You know, when we were like faced with like really complex stuff on the board and they just go through it and just make it look easy. Like, yeah, it's not a problem, just do this, you know. You're like, what? How did you make that look easy? It's just nuts. So, I would say that pro mod delivery is slightly broken. Drove yesterday with the updated spring mod. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch to the spring mod pretty soon. I didn't do it tonight because it's still a bit frosty, but I think maybe next week I might go for the spring mod. It's still a bit cold out, you know? What time are we on? 10 o'clock. Okay, I think we'll do one more journey for the fact that I didn't actually stream Thursday, Friday, so we'll do one more journey. I kind of feel like spring is coming back a little bit, though. You know, at 5 o'clock at night, now there's some daylight. Whereas if you go back a month, there wasn't. The sun is like slowly coming back. Price per distance, that's short by cargo weight. I skipped your resub. I didn't see it. Texas 650, 25 months. Thank you for the entertainment. Always a pleasure to watch your streams. Thank you, Texas. Power, sorry I missed that one. 17 months. Been here a while, but still supporting. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry. Yours came after Electric Freddy and before Ma, and I completely blindsided that one. Sorry about that. That's my bad. -5 at night still. Your English teacher was good. Yeah, my English teacher wasn't very good. My physics teacher was very good. My maths teacher was very good. My geology teacher was very good. What was that? Quite like the look of that. Suzara to Turney, let's do it. Actually, no, wait a sec. It expires. Dang it. I don't want to take it through the night, though. Gonna lose that one. Become a flight instructor. Have you seen how much paperwork you have to do? I'm probably going to teach people to fly via simulation, but I'm not going to be... I'm not even going to try and be a flight instructor. Oh, Baz, totally. Like, you know, there was subjects that I just... not interested in. Like economics at school. I just couldn't care about economics. What was that? Wow. 46k. Good night, Jimmy. I really want to find that train again. That looked like a cool train, but it's not here anymore. This is a bit annoying. Being taught physics was like my favourite subject. I loved it. But I know there's a lot of people who hated it. Don't want that one. I've done that one before. Same with this one. Oh, that's so annoying. I want that trailer that had the nice train on it. Let me try fast forward in time once more. Let's see if I can find it. No, I only did geology at O level. I didn't take it all the way to A level. I did maths, physics, and chemistry at A level. Not seen that one before. Well, that's a bit far. Challenger tank. Oh, into Andorra. That's a nice run, actually, that one. You love chemistry. I like chemistry to a point. There were sections of chemistry that my head just didn't work with. Let's take the tank. Sounds fun. Geography. Now, geography was interesting to a point, except I really, like, in geography, I remember studying, like, the African plains and, like, sections of land that were fertile for people who live there, and you're like, I don't care. I don't care that they've got this section of farmland and the trees are, you know, used for making whatever. I just genuinely didn't care. I didn't see the point in being taught that. So as a result, I was like, not interested. Don't want to learn. That's what happened with me. When it was interesting in geography, I would listen, but when it was about places I didn't give a stuff about. Ooh, tanky. Tanks for the trailer. Sorry, I couldn't resist. What is this place? Yeah, you see, Connor, I loved geology because I absolutely loved learning all about glaciation, fossils, coastlines, fault lines, you know, fractures in the earth, magma, just all of that stuff. I loved it. I blazed geology completely. But geography just had too many things in it that I just wasn't interested in. Uh-oh, rip sign.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody saw that, okay? That never happened. Keep driving. Globetrotter, I hated math at school. I didn't quite get over it, but everyday life I cope pretty good. I still can't put any maths on paper, but I can do it in my head. It tends to be the opposite now. Like, a lot of people can't do mental arithmetic in the head because they're kind of used to using phones and calculators and stuff. I've seen it time and time again, you know. I've been in, like, shops. Where was I? Oh, I think I was in... That was it. I was in Boots, right? I can't remember if I've mentioned this story. It only happened about a week ago. I was in Boots, and I was paying for, like, a load of stuff. About 60 quid's worth of stuff. And I had these Boots vouchers. And one of the vouchers was, if you spend over £50, you get 500 points, right? So, I could use that, because I spent over 50 quid, I could get 500 points. But another voucher I had was double your points. Yeah? But you can't use them both at the same time. So you're faced with the option of either doubling your points or getting 500 points. So which points, I said to the woman, so which is the best one to use? And she said, oh, well, you get 1 point. You get 1 point for every £4 you spend. So in my head, I then just quickly went, right, 1 point for every £4. I'm spending 76 quid. Bum. The best one to use is this one. What does she do? And within like 10 seconds, I had the answer. And I said to her, I'm better with this one. And she got the calculator out and started working it out. And worked it out wrong with a calculator. And I then had to convince her that I was right. It's just like completely nuts. And she works here. So, I don't know, it was just crazy. How can you get it wrong with a calculator? It's just... I don't know. But anyway, she did. But it was just having to convince her, that was the bit that made me laugh. It was fairly simple maths, but I don't know, a lot of people can't do it. She was one of them, but that's okay. But give her a calculator and she still gets it wrong, that's not okay. Your favourite class was forensic science? Nice. See, there was nothing at school like forensics. Nothing. You couldn't do anything even close to that. Which would be really cool. She may have been overwhelmed. Possibly. I mean, you can't rule that out. There was a queue of people behind me, so maybe she was just the pressure of it. She got it wrong for that reason.